Ahoy Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans Inc. And today's anime Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Bleach 1000-Year Blood War, Episode 5, titled Wrath as Lightning. So before I get into this live reaction, let me just remind you to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because of course this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking, so I can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one, feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below. So, and also I gotta give a shout out to Bravian, who, if it weren't for them, I would probably not be doing this live reaction right now. I'd probably be getting ready to live out in the streets. My situation's been really nasty. But for those of you that do choose to donate, I usually shout out my donations during my Bleach videos. If you want to be shouted out during a different live reaction, please specify in the message box for Cash App, PayPal, or hell, even Patreon, and I will do that. But anyways, how my live reactions work for anime is, first of all, I'm not sponsored. I don't need a copyright strike, so I can't show anything on the screen. But on my end of things, I have the manga and anime side by side, because everything is from a manga reader's perspective. And when it comes to the art and animation, I am very picky. I have a very high standard, and I'm not lowering it for anyone, because from my point of view, the manga is the blueprint, and the anime is supposed to take the blueprint and bring it to life, and hell, even upgrade it. And if it is stiff, I will call it the fuck out, like I do with manga, like I do with manga. I call it the fuck out. I'm very picky even when it comes to manga art too, so it's not going to be any different here. When it comes to the writing, I know there's a lot of anime original content, so hell, that's why I'm here, is to watch the anime original content up in here. When it comes to dialogue, I'm a lot more flexible, because not everything is going to be one-to-one with dialogue, but if it's like, you know, from out of left field and not within what Kubo intended to write for this dialogue, then yeah, I'm going to bitch and call it out. But the one concern I do have, and I'm going to try not to repeat myself throughout this, is that something that has been happening so far is we're having a Sailor Moon Crystal situation where a lot of the comedy and a lot of the soul from Bleach has been reaped, soul reaped, and it's taking itself a little too seriously for my liking, and that is a huge concern for me, because Bleach always has this comedy and lightheartedness to, you know, balance out the seriousness, and the fact that it's not here really kind of bothers me. But anyways, so where we're starting off this week's episode is at the start of chapter 500's adaptation of the manga. So without further ado, let's get to it. I will say this, because I'm looking at the color edition, okay? I do not mind that the sky is gray and stormy, because here it's like blue and clear. I don't mind that it's stormy in the anime. It fits the mood a little bit better for me. This soundtrack is the best thing about this adaptation so far. This soundtrack is just slapping. I kind of like the change in the flow is good. I'm down that we're seeing like all of the situation in Soul Society first, and then going to Ichigo. I think this is good. These are changes that I'm happy with, as long as the episode is flowing right and it's not like it's going abrupt. That works for me, because that's been a problem that has happened as well, where it kind of goes, where it gets a little choppy, and it's like, what the fuck is this? I love the change in this color palette, where Ichigo's, first of all, the screaming, the crashing, this is good. And then, like, the look on Ichigo's face, how it's, you know, fading, because he's realizing what the fuck is going on. This is good. Like, that, again, this is a thing that's, you know, the anime is doing really well. It's handling the seriousness of the situation well, but like, and it's been handling it pretty well, but the comedy has been missing. Obviously, there's no comedy in this scene, obviously, but I'm talking about thus far. I love this soundtrack. The music nerd in me is going nuts. I love that it's going into like this minor key. It's going from like this major to minor key, and it just sounds so eerie. I know those of you with perfect pitch can just tell me. You could go in the comment section and tell me like the exact keys that it's in, and how perfect, how awesome it is. Oh my god, it just, it's so eerie, and I love it. This soundtrack is slapping. I kind of want to buy this OS. If I had the money, I would. I really, really want to buy this OST. This has to be one of my favorite anime OSTs in recent years, hands down. At the 2 minute 17-second mark, I don't believe it. I know we don't see Rukia's face in the manga. We only see it in the profile. But here, I want to see the desperation in Rukia's face. Like, the manga could get away with it because we're only seeing in the profile. But here, you're giving me a close-up. I want to see desperation. I want to see, I want to see something in the eyes that makes me believe her. I don't believe it. No. Especially when the voice actress is doing fantastic and the soundtrack is giving me everything. It just frustrates me that the art and animation is not matching it. But, like, oh, the soundtrack, God, I love it. I love when we get this kind of shit. It is bomb. These episode cards, the title cards, are just slapping. They look fantastic. But I must point out something here at the 2 minute 21-second mark. Ichigo's face looks way too clean. Because he has like one cut here, but if you look at it in the manga, he has like tons of scratches on his face. It looks way too clean in the face. The eyes are not giving me enough either. No. I know I'm being picky, but motherfucker, I told you at the beginning, I am very stingy when it comes to these things. The background, everything else is looking good. It's just the face is not giving me enough. The hair looks good. I'm not mad. Usually the hair is a problem. The face is just not giving it to me. It looks way too clean here in the cheeks. And also, the teeth. Wait, is there a chip in the teeth or something? No, that's just a line. Because I was like, wait a minute, is that a chip in the teeth? Like right here? Nah, maybe not. But like here, like in the eyes, like it's blank because he's like so blinded by like desperation. But here in the face, it's just, there should be stuff here. There should be like scratches here. Not just this one like puny ass scratch. What the fuck is this? Other than that, like it's everything else is working. It's just the face ain't working for me. Maybe I'm being too picky, but everything, it's just frustrating because everything else looks so good. So at about the 4 minute 44, oh my god, 4 minute 46-second mark, we get into 501's adaptation of the manga. Oh my god, that slice though at Opie was amazing. That jail, Opie's jail, looks so good. I'm very pleased. That is one thing I'm very pleased at. The 5 minute 2-second mark, best looking shot of this entire episode so far is the 5 minute 2-second mark. It looks gorgeous. The color palette, everything looks gorgeous. Okay, this is what I mean by the comedy being drained out. Like this line here. I hardly think you have the intellect to lure this enemy into showing all of his abilities. That's not... Okay, maybe you're right. Like, where is the comedy? Where is the comedy? I want to see more comedy. Oh, God. Why can't I have my comedy, please? Asnob looks so good, but I know I'm looking at the colored edition of the manga, but something that the colored edition does have, like, and I wish we would get here, is some of these backgrounds look so trippy, and I would love to see it here as well. Because, again, I'm trying not to repeat myself, but it looks so fucking serious. And Look, it's like this anime is trying to take itself too serious, but motherfucker, it is Bleach. And you know, I'm just thinking about it now. I remember, and you guys probably remember this too if you've followed followed the news for this, is that Kubo said he was there was a little bit of clashing going on. Yeah, Kubo, I can see why there was probably some clashing going on. You probably wanted to add your comedy up in here, and they're like, nope. I will say this: I like that the flashback starting at the 6 minute, like 6 second mark. I like that we are getting a different look for the flashbacks. I do. I hate this color palette. Why this color palette? And I've seen this. I think I mentioned it last week, but and I've mentioned it in other live reactions for this. When I've seen this color palette specifically, something I wish Period would have done is, if you're going to use this pink, why not include some purple up in there to make it look more like Underworld-ish? Because right now it's too bright. This is not Underworld. This is just pink. Put purple, because that's what Tokyo Underworld did when they used like this kind of pink, is they mixed in some purple up in there, and it gave the Underworld effect that this freaking needs. Oh god, I really fucking hate this pink so much. Oh god, it needs purple so bad. It needs that Underworld purple really, really bad. You guys know what I'm talking about. Oh god, I hate this pink. I hate this pink. I hate this pink. I hate this pink. Why won't you put some purple up in here? Why? Why won't you put the purple up in here? Oh god. I'm gonna have to post it. You know what I'll do is on Twitter, I will post the comparison between the pink and what Tokyo Underworld did with that pink mixed with that purple. Because holy shit, it makes a huge difference. That pink is just way too bright for this. It's, oh god, this does not work. There, I will say this: at the 6 minute 9 second mark, you kind of do see a little bit of the purple that I'm talking about, but this should be throughout the entire thing, not in just this one spot. It should be like throughout the whole thing, not just in one spot. I hate this fucking pink. It's way too bright for this. Fuck this pink wash. Fuck this pink wash. Fuck this pink wash. It should go to goddamn hell. This does not belong here. As I said, if you gave me a pink and purple wash, then this would work better. Like if this was, as I said, a darker pink mixed with purple, this would work. Or fuck, why not just do a purple wash? I don't understand why they went with pink instead of purple. Purple would have worked so much better for this. Hell, even in the colored version of the manga, it uses a purple wash. What the fuck? I said a purple wash would have worked better. The manga uses a purple wash in the colored edition. You can look at it. It's see, I was right. Should have went with the purple wash. Now at the 6 minute 24 second mark, you see how much better this background works here? I kind of wish it had a little bit like the colored edition does. But this in the face, I can believe that is fear. It matches the manga pretty much. It is fear. The eyes work. This gives me what I want. It's not like Rukia where I don't fucking believe in the face. It's not like Ichigo where I don't believe in the fierceness in the face. This gives me what I want. That extreme close-up actually was nice. The only thing I would say with that extreme close-up, I wish it was still that blank stare. Because that blank stare really gives you the fear. I kind of don't like that. Why did you get rid of the blank stare like that? To really give the fear. But it is what it is. I still stand by my statement that that's more believable than what we've gotten thus far. This background at the 6 minute 40 second mark. This is what I want in this anime. This is it. You see how much a background enhances it. I bitch about this in manga live reactions all the fucking time. You see how much a background enhances the emotion of the character. Oh god, this background is everything. Oh my god, I love it so much. I do. Oh, I love the red. It looks good, it looks good, it looks good. Now, this is what's different than the manga. I love that because you don't see Byakuya in the manga for this panel at all. I like that we have Byakuya in the center and that it's giving you angles of Byakuya as Asnod is saying this dialogue. This is really a nice touch. I like this because this is as Byakuya is falling into this fear, like this into Asnod's words of fear and despair. I like this. This is really nice. The eyes are perfect for Asnod. Yes. Yes. And again, this background is just giving me everything. I'm so pleased. So pleased. The shape of the eye is wrong at like the 7-minute 22-second mark, and it's supposed to be the shot is supposed to be a little bit closer, and the eye is supposed to be a little bit more droopy for Byakuya, but considering what we just got, I feel like I need to give it a pass. Holy shit, that was beautiful. Oh my god, that whole sequence was perfection. This is what I want to see in a manga to anime adaptation. This is what I call like upgrading and enhancing and taking it to the next level from the blueprint, aka the manga. That is what I'm looking for. It is just unfortunate that attack from Byakuya to Asnot was stiff as fuck. What is this? What is this? This is stiffer than a motherfucker. Now this is a choice to go black with these pupils. Again, I'm looking at the colored edition. I really wish they would have gone white to real. I hate that it went. Why'd you go black with these fucking pupils? Why? The white would look so much better. Let's talk about that 7-minute 46-second mark. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, so looking at the colored version again and why they went with that red for that swirl, I kind of understand why Period chose to go this route. I'm not mad at it. But I kind of am pissed for when Byakuya is saying worthless, there's no battle that does not bring fear. I kind of wish that you would have had that red transition. That would have been nice to have, that bloody transition, and then go into the white. That would have been nice to have. But this at the 7-minute 46-second mark, oh god, we gotta compare this. We gotta compare this. Ooh, for the most, I really love the style of art that's used here. This is beautiful, 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 beautiful. The color palette is everything. Ugh. I'm very, 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 very pleased because the way they did this in terms of like the genre of art they used for this, they did it so that they could get away without putting as much detailing as Kubo did. So that was a very, very smart choice. But that background, and also the color palette really allowed for it as well. Because if they would have gone for a lighter color palette, then they would have had to put much more detailing in the jaw specifically. But I'm very, very pleased with this for the most part. I am. I kind of would. I'm sad that that we're not going to get to see as much detailing as Kubo did in the manga. Because oh my god, that detailing that Kubo put in Rukia's undead look was just everything. I kind of would have liked to seen it here, but damn it, Period, you got yourself way out with this one. You did. Ugh. Bastards. I hate that I have to say that, but fuck. That stab from Asnot was everything. Loved it. This looks good. I'm very pleased. This effect with the flies looks cool. I'm very, very pleased with this. I'm not happy that we didn't get to see the close-up of Asnot's eyes. We cannot escape from our instincts, but the flies going up Byakuya's body, that background, this background actually looks better than the colored edition of the manga. I fucking love it. This looks good. This is art. This is what a manga to anime adaptation is supposed to give. I'm very, very happy with this. There's been some good moments so far up in here that gives me a manga to anime adaptation. There's been a lot where it does not, but so far we've had quite a few up in here where it does, and I'm very pleased. Good. We cannot escape our instincts. Good, that's there, but I wish, please say that close-up is going to be there. Why the fuck was that close-up not there? Like, when Asnot says we cannot escape our instincts, I would have liked to see the close-up, the extreme close-up of Asnot's eyes, and then go to Byakuya's mouth. That would have worked a lot better for me. But other than that, this is perfection. Very, very pleased. That's the only thing that bugs me, is that we didn't get the extreme close-up of Asnod's face when he says that we cannot escape our instincts. Other than that, very pleased. Capturing Byakuya's friggin' Bankai is beautiful. It was beautiful last week, it is beautiful this week, and I love the solo violin for this. Gorgeous. Oh, and then there's Asnod in the center. Yes! Yes! I'm sorry, Asnod used Byakuya's Bankai against him. It was beautiful. Beautiful. And I love, and this is extended, by the way, because we didn't get to see the full thing like this. I'm very, very pleased. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So far, this is the best looking episode of Bleach so far. Hands down. So 9-minute 25-second mark, we are at chapter 502's adaptation of the manga, and so far, minus a few things, this is, as I said, this is definitely the best looking episode so far. That blood, the blood is looking good. Man, that you had to have, Period, you had to have that hiccup in the beginning for this to look good. Can we just have a full episode where we do not have hiccups and it looks good throughout the entire episode? Please. This whole sequence with the soundtrack, with the strings, it's just so beautiful. My God. And the Sakura, because this chapter is titled, I gotta read the title here. It's titled Falling Sakura. This fits so beautiful. Oh my God. The color palette here is completely wrong for you, Mask de Masculine. Your mask is completely the wrong color. I am not happy that your mask is the wrong color, because your mask is yellow and red here up in this anime. In the manga, it is like a orange-ish color with a blue, right? Hold on. Yes. Oh, maybe I am wrong. Okay. It's supposed to change colors later. Okay. I was wrong for a sec. I was like, wait a minute, something does not look right. Maybe it is later his mask changed his colors. The yellow and orange luchador mask. Okay, it is the right color here. Because I was thinking, wait, something does not look right. Maybe it's just in the color edition. It's different. But let me see if there's anything else going on here. I don't know what it is. The mask may be right, but just something is just looking funky with Mask de Masculine. I don't know what it is. If it's the mustache is looking funky or something. I don't know. He just looks off to me. Maybe it's, I don't know. Let me know if I'm weird about this, but maybe it's the chin. I don't know. Mask de Masculine is just looking funky up in this face. This is gorgeous at the 11-minute 26-second mark where, oh, that crater in the pillar. Oh, it looks beautiful. That detailing, that dimension, that texture. I'm very, very pleased with this. But I do want to say this about Renji, though. And this is definitely the director doing this. And it has me concerned with Digimon. Well, somewhat concerned with Digimon, to be honest with you. It kind of has me somewhat excited because Digimon Season 2 needed this, to be honest. But Renji, oh boy, Renji, you are being taken a little too seriously. That is not good, because you are supposed to have some comedic relief up in here, and I do not like that. I do not like how Renji's facial expressions has been very, very off up in here. Renji's facial expressions have been weird. And Rukia's have been a little too one note. That's the other thing with Renji, too. It's been one note. It needs variety. But other than that, I got no problems. But Byakuya, you look good, my dude. I'm very, very pleased with how Byakuya has been handled in that crater. Oh my God, that crater looks so good. Oh my God. Because this crater could look like shit, but damn, this crater looks good. The other thing I have to point out is that blood. That blood in that crater. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I want to see more of this. Period. Please tell me you are giving me more of this. The ending. So we're after the break cards, obviously, but man, how the soundtrack ended with Byakuya and the pickup after the break. This is everything. This soundtrack has just not missed. It is perfection. Kenpachi. So we're just not going to get the mention of Byakuya's death or anything from Bach and Hashwal. Alright. Well, technically he's not dead anyway, so that's fine. I'm down with just getting to the Kenpachi stuff. I don't care. In all reality, like a little, even you can make the argument, like right as Kenpachi came, which is a little bit before the 12-minute mark, we were at chapter 503's adaptation of the manga. I'm so excited for this. We have issues here. Where is the blood on Sturmritter? Why? Where is it? Where is the blood? Where is the blood? I could somewhat see the blood like right here, but it should be like all the way down. Jerome? Yeah, Jerome looks okay. Kind of wish there was more blood. And the eyebrows, them eyebrows too. Jerome had a waxing. His eyebrows had a waxing. And how do I feel about Bernice? Bernice looks okay. Yeah, it could look a little bit better. Yeah, Bernice could look a little bit, but that white, because the blood looks white there, it looks like he's got cum cut. Bernice looks like he's got cum out of his mouth. I'm not gonna lie. Bernice, what are you doing? Also, why this fake and not the flu? They're Sturmritter, you dumbasses. Oh, Jerome's Ozaru form looks like ass. Oh, come on. Come on. And also, you could have done the flashback thing here. Why didn't you just do that cool flashback art you had for Byakuya? Why didn't you do that here and do it like in blue? Why? Why did you not do that this year, Period? Why? Oh god, Jerome, I'm sorry. You were done dirty. Your Ozaru farm looks like shit. Well, in the color edition, it was in red. Like, what the fuck is this? Why couldn't you just do it in red? Not the pink. No. I'm not sorry for saying this either. Kenpachi, you look like shit up in here too. What the fuck is going on? Why do you look like shit up in here? Kenpachi, your face is looking jank. Ooh, it's looking jank. Ooh, it's looking jank. It's mainly in the forehead where it's looking really, really jank. I think the jaw's okay. It's just the forehead. That forehead is killing me. I think part of it is because his lip is like straight and it's not like up in a snarl. I think that's part of it. But God, that forehead is killing me. Oh, I think I see why. It's the hairline. The hairline is jacked. That's why the forehead looking jacked. It's because the hairline's jacked. It's too straight. Because, you know, if you look at the manga, you see his hairline is very jagged, and then it has like a tiny little widow's peak here. It's not like that at all. Oh, man, you jacked up my boy's hairline. Oh. That's what's throwing everything off, is you jacked up Kenpachi's hairline, and his nose looked like he got a shitty-ass nose job. The fuck is this? You gave him a Michael Jackson. Fuck is this, man? Oh, Kenpachi, I am sorry. I am sorry you were done dirty. I know his dub voice actor was done dirty by Viz, but Period, you did my man's face dirty with this. What the fuck is this? Seeing how this, and this like at the 13-minute, 27-second mark, when Ichigo was saying, like, Byakuya and Renji and Rukia, like, basically dead, this is gorgeous. I want more of this. Give me more of this, please. This is beautiful, 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 beautiful. But goddamn it, please fix Kenpachi's hairline. It's driving me fucking nuts. Also, why don't you just use this for flashback art and animation, please? I don't get it. Ichigo's voice actor is selling it for me. I really hope the face is going to work. If this face does not work, I'm going to be pissed, because this voice actor is doing a fantastic job. Still too stiff in the eyes. I'm not believing it. Nope. At least there's another mark on the face, but I'm not believing it up here. The eyes are just like, they're not like, they're not giving me enough in the eyes. Why? Why am I not getting enough? Because if you look at the eyes, there's like, it's like blood coming all the way down the face. Like war paint. There's like barely any blood there. I want more in the eyes. There's barely any expression there. The mouth is, I would say the mouth is giving me enough. I'm good on the mouth. It's the eyes that are just killing me, man. Everything else is there, just the eyes are not giving me enough. In the war paint, the blood war paint really helps, and that's not there either, and that sucks. Why? All right, I have to point this out with Bercy. Like, the face is too thin. There's not enough thickness going on in the face. I think it's too narrow. It needs to be wider. I think that's the only problem. I think that's what's fucking up this dude's face. It's not swollen enough up here. The nose is too small. It needs the nose. That's what's really fucking it up. Okay, that's what's really fucking it up. Is the nose is too small. It needs to go all the way. It needs to be a little bit more up here. Yeah, that's what it is. The nose is too small. Because you see the nose here? It's like right here, right? The nose in the manga goes all the way up here into the brow, and it's not. Yeah, that's the problem. The nose is really fucking up this face. The lip, I would say the top part, just the top part's a little too thin in the lip. But yeah, I think the nose is what's really fucking up the face. And also the face being too narrow. It needs to be a little bit wider. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think if the face was just a little bit wider, the nose was up a little bit more into the brow right here, and the lip, top lip, because I think the bottom lip is fine. The top lip was just a teeny bit bigger. I think there wouldn't be any problems here. And also the knuckles are way too smooth. Nah, the knuckles are supposed to be rough as fuck, and they are not. They are not rough enough. They are somewhat rough, but not rough enough. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, them eyes are way too wide. I think that might be another thing too. If the eyes, maybe if the face wouldn't have to be like wider if the eyes were a little bit thinner. Yeah. Yeah, just like little things in the face are just really fucking up the shape. Yeah, and the ears I think are a little too big as well, but I know I'm very stingy about these things, but I want it to be an actual adaptation because there's parts of it that look so good, and I was saying that I was gonna title this as the best looking episode so far, but then there's like this shit. It's like no, why are you doing this to me? From the profile, I will say this: he looks good from the profile. The hair is nice and thick. The beard is looking good. The nose is not. The nose is not looking good. The lip actually looks better from the side, but yeah, straight on, it is looking bad. Profile's actually looking a lot better than I thought it was going to. I like seeing the bodies of the Soul Reapers. This looks good. This is what I want to see. This is not pussy shit like I've seen in some shots of Chainsaw Man where it was like pussy shit. I'm like, no, you promised blood and gore in Chainsaw Man. Now I want to see the full thing. Nah, this is what I want. God, these craters in the wall look so fucking good and so dimensional. I really am pleased with it. I know it's weird that I'm obsessed with this, but God, it looks really nice. This looks a lot better for Yamamoto. I kind of wish he had a little bit more going on in the brows. Yeah, just a teeny bit more going up in the brows, because right now, even this extreme close-up, it looks like he got a little bit of a wax. That's no good. You do not want to have a waxing situation going on up in here. Nah. But here it looks a lot better. I kind of wish there was a little bit more in terms of the bags. There should be layers upon layers instead of just like one huge bag. But this does look better than it did before. Oh God, it looked really bad previously. So the 15-minute, 36-second mark, we get to chapter 504's adaptation of the manga. Oh shit! So the Koko Gamryu Rikyu, aka the Twinkling Yellow Lightning Palace. This looks gorgeous. This is what I want to see. Holy shit! Thank God the flashback was not in pink. Thank fucking God. Thank God. This looks freaking incredible. This looks great. I don't know how I feel about this being in purple, though. Actually, this is purple pink? I'm gonna say this. Where the fuck is this when you're doing this stupid fuckery with, with Byakuya with the pink shit? Why couldn't this be that? Why? This actually, I like this color palette. I don't know if I like it for this, though. I kind of wish it was in blue, but it is what it is. But I will say this, though. The only reason why I'm going to give it a pass is, one, it is in the manga in the color edition, so that's fine. But two, it does give that, because, he is dead, so it is that underworld feel. So I can give this a pass for those two reasons alone. So now at the 16-minute, 26-second mark, we're heading into a flashback. I'm very pleased just so far. We're actually doing an adaptation, minus a couple of things, but I'm very pleased. Okay, I'm gonna wait and see if the rest is there or not. I'm gonna wait for see if the rest of the narration is there or not before I complain. But oh boy. If the rest isn't there, then I got some words to say about it. God, that Bankai looks so good. Oh my god, I will say this though, the Bankais have looked incredible. Oh my god, they look so good. Minus Yamamoto. Yamamoto's Bankai is the only one that I've seen so far that's looked like shit. The rest of them so far have looked fantastic. Thank God the narration was kept in. I think there was minus a little bit that wasn't. No, I think for the most part it was. Yes. Basically the narration was kept in, thank God. If it wasn't, I was going to be pissed because it has been very, very, so far, the narration has not been kept. And I was very, very worried that there was going to be the choice not to just not have the narration at all. But thank God it was here. But that shot of that willow tree was so beautiful and a nice touch because that wasn't in the manga. I'm very glad that willow was there. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh, we're going to see Yamamoto's Bankai. Period, you better prove my ass wrong and that you could actually do some fire art or I'm going to be pissed off at you. I swear. Yamamoto at the 20-minute mark, I really wish the color palette was brighter. I really wish it was, because I will say this though, to Periot's credit, the way they did this here, they made it so it's easier to not have to do so much detailing in the face. But God, I really wish it was like a red, because in the manga they did, for the color edition of the manga, they did a beautiful red. And I really wish there was a red here to like really emphasize the fury, but that Yamamoto is feeling to like really give that foreshadowing of the fiery Bankai we're about to see. But let me just point this, let me make sure I'm right on this. It does look a little bit stiff. Yeah, it looks just a teeny bit stiff. But other than that, this looks a lot better in the face. And it's mostly because of the art style that Periot chose to do for this. Nope. I hate this fire art. I hate this fire art. It's too bright. This is not the flames of hell that I want to see from Yamamoto's Bankai. There's not enough. Yeah, there's not enough black here. The problem is with this, is when you see, there's too much yellow. That's what it is. There's too much yellow. There's not enough orange. That's what I mean by too bright. There's not enough orange. There's not enough black to break it up. And when you see this motherfucker get hit by this fire, you're supposed how it is in the manga. You see his skeleton, you see the ribs, you see the skull, you see the hair flying. Like, that's how hot this fire is. But this was a terrible choice. This was a terrible, 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 terrible choice to go this route. I fucking hate this fire. I hate it. 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 I hate it so much. Why did you go with this color palette? Why? Why did you go with this color palette? So at the 20-minute, like 4-second mark, we get to 505's adaptation of the manga, and we get to see the skull burning. That looks cool. I will give you that. And the fire, when we see the skull burning, looks a little bit better. Do I still think it's too bright? Yeah, I still think it's too bright. I stand by my statement. I kind of understand why they went with this brighter palette so you could see the skull burning, but it's still not fire. No, it's still not fire. It is still too. This is not Flames of Hell. This does not give me that. When you look at the color, I know I'm comparing it to the colored edition, but when you see the color edition and you see the orange, if you wanted to make it so you could see the skull burning, you could put more orange in there to really give it that, and still put a little, because what the colored edition has, it has like orange mixed with white up in there. This needed a more orange. This is too yellow. There's not enough orange up in here. But goddamn, I won't deny that skull looks fucking amazing. It really does. The fire does look a little bit better. But goddamn, this is not the fire that I was hoping to see. No, I wanted to see avant-garde looking fire. I'm not getting the fire that I want. I wish the oranges were darker. I wish there was maybe even a little bit of red up in there. This is not it. No. Now, the 20-minute 19-second mark, this is much better. You see at the 20-minute 19-second mark how much better this looks, how much better that orange and red mixed with that yellow does. That's what I wanted when Yamamoto launched that fire. That's what I wanted. This looks much, much better. I wish the only thing I will complain about is I wish there was more shape in there instead of just like a whoosh. I wish there was just, I know I'm being nitpicky, but that's the only thing missing. It's just a little bit more shape in it instead of like just a wall of color. Just a little bit more shape would have done it a little bit better. But this is what I'm talking about in terms of color. You see how much better it looks when you have that mixture of like orange, like light and darker oranges in there with the yellow. How much better it looks, how much more, like how it actually looks like fire. It's still, but I say there's still a little too much yellow, like bright ass yellow, like going into white. Yeah, because it's supposed to be hellfire. It's supposed to be darker than this. But that shimmering orange you see up in there, that blood red orange up in there, that's what I wanted more of. And the fact that I didn't get more of it till like get that shade of orange up in this fire until now really pisses me off. Why did I not get that shade of orange in this fire up until now? Why? When we get to the fight between Yamamoto and Bach, I better see those shades of orange and yellow up in this fire and have more shape going on up in here. Because you look at the fire. You look at the fire up in here and you see, like, even in the close-up, you see how much shape that fire has that Kubo put in there. And it's just with orange and white in the colored edition. You see how much shape there is in that fire and how cool it looks. But it is what it is. And hell, I'm having this right in front of me. And you see the panel that's supposed to be matching. You see how there is all this shape up in that fire. That's what this is lacking, is the shape. But what the white is supposed to be used for here in the fire is the white is supposed to, and it's not being used correctly here. The white is supposed to be used to break up the color and to give the fire shape. And it's not doing that. It's not doing it correctly. It's just there. It's like just there in a blob, and it really irritates the fuck out of me. I hope that makes sense. And the other thing that's missing here, and I'm looking at in the colored edition, and I'm really seeing it now, is, and this would really help too, is you see like in the colored edition, you see like this black coming off the ground, and you see it kind of breaking up the color as well. I think that would have really helped too, is you would have had like the white spread out a little bit more instead of just in one blob, and you would have had a little bit of black to break it up. I think that would have really benefited this. Other than that, this looks so much better than what we've been getting so far. I hope you guys can see what I've been trying to say with in regards to the fire needing a little bit more orange up in there instead of just like this fucking white, and see what I'm saying in regards to like having the white not being utilized right, with it not splitting up the color. It's just like in one blob instead of like shaping the fire and breaking up the color. That's just what's been really bugging the fuck out of me. Here's the problem with Genryusai here at the 20-minute 37-second mark. I know I'm talking more about fire, but Jesus Christ, this pisses me off. This don't look like fire. This looks like energy. Because you see how Genryusai, you see the fire like going over his body. In the manga, in chapter 505, you see like a little bit of fire going over his outfit. And then you see it blowing it past behind him. And here you see it like kind of going forward. That's kind of a problem. And you don't see like the little bit of like ashiness going on in the face and the beard. They did this so they didn't have to do that. The fucking assholes. I will give you that, Peria. That was smart. So you didn't have to put in any additional detailing. But I'm catching this, and this looks like energy. This don't look like fire, and I hate it. I hate it for that. And you see like how shapeless it looks here, and that's why I say it looks more like energy than it looks like fire. When you look at it in the manga, you see how it has shape and it's swirling and it looks so cool. Here, this looks more like energy than it looks like fire, and I fucking hate it for it. I will say this, at the 21-minute 44-second mark from the profile, it looks a teeny bit better, but it still looks, yeah, this looks better. Yeah, this looks better. I will still say that it looks more like energy than it looks like fire. And again, it has more so to do with how the white is being placed. Because yeah, this is why it looks more like energy than fire. Because you see, if you look in the manga on hold on, let me give you the page number here so you guys can compare it. On page 14 of chapter 505, you see how there's more shape going on. This does not have shape. This is just like something you would see in Dragon Ball, where they're flying and it just is like one huge shape, one huge thing. This does not have shape. This chapter 505, there's a shape going on, and it really irritates the hell out of me. This color palette is just, there needs to be more orange in the front. The white isn't being used, it's not being used correctly to really give it the shape. It's just fucking frustrating the hell out of me. I fucking hate it so much. God damn, Peria, why do you keep doing this? You don't know how to draw fire for shit. You're close, but this ain't it. No, this is not it. I will say this though, at least it does have movement. It does have movement, but it's still not fire. It's still not fire. It looks more like a meteor than it looks like fire. Let's be real. So at the 23-minute 35-second mark, we have a little additional content here of box strangling Kenpachi, so it's not over yet. Genryusai has arrived, motherfucker, but I still do not like that fire. Genryusai has arrived and he has come to fight, but god damn it, I still do not like that fire, so we're ending at chapter 505. The adaptation of the manga. Overall, in terms of writing, I'm very pleased. The writing, this is probably the best the writing has been so far. In terms of our animation, there's been hit or miss. There's some moments where it is just everything. I really like some of the additions in the art and animation for, like, I think the best example is Byakuya's content and some of Genryusai's content, like in the flashback. Those were definitely the highlights for sure. But damn, Genryusai, I am sorry your fire looks like ass. Your fire could look so much better. There was that moment with the skull, though, that it looked for a moment like it was there. But damn, that fire, man. Oh, I'm hoping it's going to look better against Bach. But man, I'm telling you that white is not being used correctly. You guys can correct me in the comment section, but it just looks like a ball of energy or a meteor. It does not look like Hellfire. I'm very curious what you guys think, especially those of you that have the colored edition in front of you and see it. Fuck, even if you have the black and white edition and see how the white is being used in the fire and see how it's being used to give it shape. It's not giving enough shape here. That's my biggest problem. But in terms, yes, this was more of a serious one, so I'm not like too like frustrated, but I'm very curious if you guys are having the same problem that I am, especially when it comes to like Ichigo in the face. It's not giving enough emotion, and Renji's kind of having this issue as well, where it's just not giving enough emotion in the eyes in particular. And what do you guys think about some of the facial oh my god, what's the wording I'm looking for? The facial models. Renji, that hairline is jacked. That is not not Renji, I'm sorry. Kenpachi. Kenpachi's hairline is fucked up, and it is fucking up the rest of his design. And I'm, oh god, I really wish Kenpachi's hairline gets fixed. Kenpachi, your hairline better get fixed by the time you go Bankai, or I'm gonna be really, really pissed. The soundtrack, of course, is slapping like hell. Everything else is, there was a few moments of stiffness, but man, those craters up in the walls are looking really nice. But I'm very curious what you guys think. I think so far, out of all the episodes we've seen, this is the best episode thus far in terms of art and animation, and writing. There's just those hiccups where it's like, oh, why? And that as not scene was almost perfect. It was just, I wish they had that extreme close up before the flies like swallowed up Byakuya. But other than that, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this channel alive and kicking so I can keep bringing you more Bleach content. A few ways you could do that: donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.